What's remarkable is when you look at the flow data, the ETF flows, the flows into, quote, the good stuff, tech, utilities, staples, gold, are about as aggressive as we've ever seen in history. Conversely, the flows out of the, quote, bad stuff, banks, industrials, discretionary, have been among the biggest outflows in history. So when we get these really wide spreads, it's a time to start thinking about a reversion trade. And there's a lot of elements to this. And ground zero, we think, is really the banks. We've seen the last couple of days the banks start to show up. But you see in other places, even within tech, semis over software. So cyclical tech over growth tech. You see it high beta over low beta. These can last 4, 5, 6 weeks. So I think as we move into summer here, investors have to be on guard for this leadership change.
UPS shares under pressure today after disappointing earnings. Frank Collins got those details for us.
Well, UPS stock falling more than 6% after a miss on EPS and pulling full-year guidance. The company also cut CapEx spending by $1 billion in 2020. But CEO David Abney did say that UPS plans to maintain its 4% dividend. UPS a laggard on a day when Dow transports are up more than 1.5% and on pace to close above their 50-day moving average for the first time since February 20th. The rally led a little bit surprisingly by airline stocks. American, JetBlue, and Alaska Air all up double digits. Back over to you.
Frank, thanks so much for that. Where does this one stand, Chris, in terms of the rotation pool that we just touched on?
I think what's interesting within the transports is the bifurcation that you're actually seeing. Rails have been excellent, and the trucking stocks are actually starting to break out here. If you look historically, in recessions, the truckers are actually one of the first cyclical groups to start to outperform when you start thinking about what's on the other side. So we welcome the improvement in the truckers. We welcome the improvement in the rails. And I think it speaks to this broader idea that there is some leadership reversion in front of us here.